Hi, everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Damian Swallow with me and Emily Champagne, and we are talking about the upcoming Pepper Fest, and I'm not sure where we want to start. Emily, do you want to start and just tell us a little bit about the event and what's going on?
Absolutely. So this is our 5th annual Bristol Pepper Fest. It happens in the parking lot on 6th Street, right off of State. It's our 5th annual, but it's technically our 4th event. And it's just a really fun day of music and spicy foods and just a lot of family fun. We run from 11 to 4. We've got some live music, 2 different spicy eating competitions that you can sign up for. And then there's pepper themed vendors and pet adoption. We have a cornhole tournament. All kinds of fun components for this one.
A perfect thing to do on a fall day.
Exactly.
And oh, how much fun. And of course, like for the brave, doing the spicy competition sounds like a great idea.
We've got our triple atomic wing eating challenge sponsored by Quaker Steak. And that's more of a speed challenge. Everyone gets the same amount of wings and it's just whoever finishes first and keeps their challenge down. And then we've got Damon's Only Burns Twice hot pepper, extreme pepper eating competition, which is more of a longevity thing.
Oh my goodness. And we have got some peppers here. All right. Where do we want to start? Do you want to just tell us a little bit about the variety that we have and some of the things that we'll see at the Pepper Fest?
Oh, I try and grow between 50 to 100 different varieties each year.
So this is just a
tiny
tiny sample. And when do you plant them and when do you kind of harvest them? What's the season
I'll start
like?
planting the first rounds around February,
Okay.
and then March and April. So we get 3 different layers.
Okay.
So if some of them don't germinate in February, I still got a little time to grow it. But I try and get them started indoors so it's a large enough plant that it can go out in the ground and take off a little bit sooner.
Right.
So I have plenty of them in time.
And how did you get into this?
Bought a house and didn't have to ask permission to till up a friend's yard anymore. And I've tasted foods from different parts of the world with the local peppers that they use. And I just wanted to try different peppers from places I hadn't been, so it was cheaper to order the plants than to buy the plane ticket.
I love it. That's great. So, well, tell us about some of the peppers that we're looking at here today.
Well,
Which one's your favorite? Maybe
well,
start
for
there.
different ways.
Okay.
That's one of them I crave more when they start getting fresh than any other. It's a Brazilian habanero variety. It's got this fruity, melony flavor. I use that one to make a fermented kiwi sauce.
Ooh, yum.
But most of the time I go out to eat, I'm bringing one of those with me. And a few of these other ones are hybrids that I've either made or that have just shown up by accident.
Yeah, you mentioned, I think, one up front before we went on that there was a surprise pepper.
Yes. That's part of the fun of just letting them do their own thing sometimes. You can isolate a plant and just keep the seeds and genetics just as clean as possible, and I have done that with a couple of these. But it's a lot of extra work, and you got to have extra space and keep everything apart. But every year, something will cross on its own, and you'll get volunteer plants come up, and it's fun to just let it happen and see what kind of new variety shows up out of it.
And these are a variety of, sweet and spicy, basically. Is it true the smaller the pepper, the hotter? Is that just a myth?
Not really. There are some that, though small, do pack a pretty good punch. And a lot of the really large bell pepper size ones tend to not be very hot. But there are some out there that will get pretty decent sizes. I mean,
that aren't. And what about sweet ones in here? Or which is the hottest in here? What's the sweetest and the hottest?
That's one of the hottest things in the yard.
Oh, wow.
That one is the chocolate primatali.
And it even looks scary.
It does. It does. It's like making me think Halloween. But okay,
it
so that
will
one's
make
hot.
your soul feel like it looks.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you just want a little sliver of that one. And then what about the sweetest?
this is another one of my own hybrids. I crossed 2 mild peppers to get one that tastes like red habanero but has no fire.
Oh, wow. I love that.
And the little yellow ones there are the yellow bequinho, another Brazilian variety.
Okay.
Some of them will have a little bit of heat, but it's usually not very much. But they got a really nice fruity flavor and are like candy when pickled.
So if we're not like you and we know everything about peppers and we see this, how do we know what's safe or not to try, or what do you recommend?
Well, I'd say the closest general rule that you can stick to is if it's wrinkly and just looks angry, chances are it could be.
Okay.
Probably tastes angry too.
I like
Yes.
this tip. This is a great tip. And if you try one, maybe have like a giant glass of milk nearby.
Milk, peanut butter, ginger.
Okay.
Those peanut butter and ginger work pretty good.
Let me ask you this. Will we have these things at the Pepper Fest for the just in case?
We do have milk, ice cream, and peanut butter
Oh,
every
fun.
year for those participating in the competition sponsored by Damon. The wing eating guys are pretty much on their own.
Yeah.
You signed up for it.
Yeah. Do they wear gloves?
We wear gloves when we distribute.
Okay.
For our own safety.
Yeah.
The competitors can wear gloves if they choose to, but you're not switching gloves in between peppers.
Yeah.
So that's more of a help you out later kind of thing. But we do put them out there for them. Some people choose to wear them, some people choose not to. And again, they signed the waiver. So that's
right,
totally
the
up to
waiver.
them.
This is really
There is
serious.
a
I have
waiver.
heard that if you just like avoid them touching your lips too, it's a lot better.
So we're kind of mean.
Oh.
And you have the entire competition is timed. So you have X amount of time that you have to chew it before you can swallow it.
Okay.
And then we waited out X amount of time for the heat to really settle in before we even give you the next pepper.
Okay.
So for the wing eating, we kind of put them in front of you. We say go, and whoever can drop all of their bones first is our champion. For the peppers, everything's on a timer. There's
Okay.
like 4 or 5 of us on stage watching you eat them, making sure that you play by the rules. Damon's off to the side of the stage, bagging up and plating
Getting the next
peppers.
ones.
Okay.
Last year, our top 2 competitors.
Survivors.
Yeah, survivors is a better word. Well, again, they chose it. But they went so many rounds that we actually didn't have pepper varieties laid out for them. And Damon was just making scary grab bags.
I just made a
Oh,
bowl
goodness.
of
And we just were bringing,
that is a
and it was
high
whoever finished
tolerance.
first.
we were just bringing them a bowl, and we were like, okay, whoever finishes their bowl first.
And
Oh my
one
goodness.
of those was in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a good
Last
time.
year, I think the top 4 placers said that they had started eating a Reaper a day, a month prior, just to
Oh,
get ready
really?
for it.
Okay.
Yeah, our pepper competitors get really intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this would be really fun to
So I
watch.
don't
Yeah.
make it easy for them.
Yeah. No,
Nor
I
should
bet.
you.
I know it. Well, that's right. Well, this has been great and just fascinating. I love it when you all come on. It's a great festival, great thing for the city.
a
So
lot of
thank you so much for doing that and for
Fun to
being
introduce
here.
people to peppers that have flavors you're not normally going to find at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And not all of them are scary hot.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure you'll get a great turnout, and we can't
hope
wait to
so.
see you next year.
We're
And
already like half full on
Okay.
our competition slots.
Okay.
So if anyone over 18, you have to be over 18, wants to participate in either of our eating competitions, the applications are online. So
okay.
we have like 3 and 4 spots left in each one. So
Okay. So jump online, and what's that website? Where do they need to go to?
we've got believeinbristol.org/pepperfest.
Okay.
You can also just find it from our homepage if that's easier. And the cornhole registration is also on there.
Okay.
And I think we still have 5 or 6 team slots for cornhole as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you too for being on, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Officer Storm Rivera with us today talking about the Fall Citizens Police Academy. This is always a fan favorite. Everybody loves to do this because you really learn how to become a police officer. Tell us about the date, how to sign up, how to get involved, what it's all about. We need to know everything.
This is one that's a favorite of mine too, because about a decade ago, I attended it myself as a citizen long before my career. Although it's not intended to recruit anybody or to make anybody a police officer, our goal with this program is to just better inform our citizens and foster that relationship. But it's an awesome program. It starts on October the 3rd, and there's a total of 11 sessions. And during those sessions, the majority of them are pretty hands-on, and we'll get to give citizens an exclusive, in-depth look at how our police department and all of its different divisions and operations work together, and bring in every different function, whether it be patrol or investigations. Some of our special operations teams, we have the SWAT team, negotiations, drone, explosives, and so on. But most of it is hands-on, and a lot of people really enjoy it. It's intended for any adult who wants to join, and typically we have a wide variety of people from different backgrounds and occupations, ages, and it's a fun experience for them and us as well.
Do they get to go on a ride-along?
So typically they can sign up for 2 ride-alongs. It's not required. It's more for their benefit and their information, but they do get 2 ride-alongs, and in addition, one of those sessions we typically have a firearms instruction for that as well, so we get to go out and let them do some of that too.
That's exciting. So how do you apply if you want to be a part of this?
So to apply for the Citizens Police Academy, you can either go through the city's Facebook page or bristoltn.org, go into the police section, and the application will be online. There's also more information there, and then Lieutenant Greg Brown will oversee that, and he can be reached out to for more information as well.
And typically, how many people do you have in a class?
So typically, our turnout is usually around a dozen to 25.
So it's nice small groups, so you really, like you said, get some hands-on, experience, which is always great.
For sure.
So, and we know it worked for him here, because
here I am.
I know it. You decided to take it that step further.
I did, and I met a lot of great people, and it really helped me throughout my law enforcement career, which I didn't have much ambition before to do this type of work, but it led me into my career, and I met a lot of great people along the way.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Spence Flagg with me today, and we are talking Oktoberfest. I don't know about you, but this is probably one of my favorite festivals of all time in the fall. So hopefully you enjoy it too, and you need to come out. Tell us a little bit about what you've got planned.
Thank you, Charity, for having us here to help spread the word. We are so excited about this event. It's our 2nd annual. Last year sold out. I just got word today that there's a little less than 100 tickets remaining. So we just are so excited for this event. The weather around here is perfect. You've got everybody's in good spirits. You've got people dress up in costumes. It's just a good vibe downtown.
I love it. You pull out those lederhosen and, get all into it.
Everybody's into it.
Now, I know your business is actively involved. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm the food and beverage liaison to Discover Bristol, and kind of helped organize this event, this fundraiser for Discover Bristol. And it's just been great seeing all the business owners come together for this event. We've got 11 participating restaurants, bars, Southern Churn. So it's a little bit there's something for everyone.
That's
really is.
Yeah, that is great. So now tell us about the date and the time and how to get a ticket.
So it's going to be Saturday, September 30th, 2 to 6 p.m. You can get tickets at discoverbristol.org. And we just added an after party that'll start at 7 p.m. that night with the Cordovas and Hearts Gone South that we're really excited about. But again, it's just a great fundraiser for Discover Bristol and for downtown Bristol together. It's just so fun.
Yes, and you get to try lots of beers, I should imagine.
Beers and all kinds of German fare at each location. So whether it's the Angry Italian or Machiavelli's, you may not necessarily think German fare, but they're going to have something for you.
Oh, that's great. What's your favorite German food?
Schnitzel would probably be my favorite.
I love it.
Or some beer cheese. I mean, you can't go wrong with a little beer cheese.
Well, come out and try a lot of this for Oktoberfest, and
We're
thank
so
you.
excited. We're going to have a lot of German beers at Cascade Draft House, I know for sure. Each place will have some sort of German fare, German beverage, German beer. But I've put my order in with my distributors, and we're getting some special stuff in.
Oh, that'll be exciting. Well, thank you, Spence, for being on today, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.